Okay, welcome aboard, everybody, to the SS Purveyor of Health spaceship. We're having a good time today. I've got a friend of ours today, Mr. Zach Barney, also known as the Soulful Poet. He's our special guest today. Soulful with 2 L's at the end, poet, the Soulful Poet on Instagram. My name is Angelo. And we've got all of you wonderful human beings here today. I'm happy to say that Montana, my buddy Monty here, he's going to be leading us off today with some breath work, whatever he wants to do. We'd like to get things going by getting some breath into this meetup. So, Monty, you want to take it away from here, bro?
Yeah, man. You guys hear me all right? Everybody hear me?
Yep.
Give me a yes, sir. I wanted to keep it simple but powerful and bring some balance before we get started with the poetry. I felt that was appropriate. So let's start with some nasal breathing. We're gonna get it cleaned out first. If you've never done breath of fire, we're going to do a nice light breath of fire in each nostril. So let's go ahead and we're going to close our right nostril. And breath of fire is forceful exhale, bringing the abdomen in, forceful inhale. And there's no space in between. So we're going to be going. We're going to do that for 20 or 30 breaths on each side just to get started, kind of get the crap moved out. So let's go ahead with that. Close the right nostril and then 20 to 30 breaths. Followed by a big inhale through that same nostril. Hold for 15. Feel that swirl on the left hemisphere, the feminine side of the brain, or the divine feminine, the logical side of the brain. Then exhale through both, let it out. We'll go to the other side. Plug your left nostril, and we're going to be breathing through the right. Breath of fire. Big inhale through that nostril. Hold it there. Feel the swirl of creative energy in your emotional space, the divine masculine side. Let it out, let it all go. We're going to continue with nasal breathing. Next, we're going to be doing 16 puffs of air. So we're going to be going in through the left nostril, 16 puffs of air out through the right nostril. Followed by that, we'll go big inhale through the left, and we're going to hold. Then we'll go big exhale through the right. And then we'll go reverse. So 16 inhales through the left. $16 out through the right. Try to make them even. A big inhale through your left. We're going to hold that. Just be. And then let it out your right nostril when you need to breathe. Let the breath return to a natural rhythm. And we'll do the other side. right. Ready, Tonto? All right, in through the right, 16 puffs air, try to make them even. And then 16 puffs out, try to make them even. And then big inhale through the right, big exhale through the left. Go. Exhale through the right or the left. Big inhale through the right nostril. Hold it. Feel the swirl in the right hemisphere. That creative swirl. And exhale through the left. Balancing the left and right hemispheres of the brain, bring time and space together. Let the breath return to its natural rhythm. Angelo, how much time I got? Angelo?
Sorry, I was muted. Whatever you need,
Okay.
just do.
All right, we'll do one more thing then. So let's bring our hands to reverse prayer. Bring it to the heart center. Nice even pressure within the fingers. What we're going to be doing this time is we're going to be bringing 4 breaths of air, 4 equal breaths of air into a full inhale. So, and then we're going to be letting it out with a whistle exhale. We're going to go through that until I feel it's time. So bring it in, 4 inhales. Let it out with the whistle. Two more. Raise your hands to the sky. Big stretch in the fingers. Large inhale and hold. 30-second hold here. Squeeze your sex organs, pelvic floor. Focus on your navel point and bring the energy up from Mother Earth. Big stretch in the fingers. If you feel the need to breathe, go ahead and let it out. Bring the hands down. Palms down on the knees. Ground yourself and let the breath return to normal. All the love, all the power. That's what I have for you guys, Angelo.
Love it, man. Thank you, Monty. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. So today's a special edition. I guess every week is special because we have something different, interesting guests and stuff. But my friend Zach, I'm really honored to have him. He's the founder of Wolfpack, which is a poetry and just a good energy collective of people being their higher self. And so Zach is also known as the Soulfull poet, Soulfull with 2 L's at the end. And check him out and follow him because he's got a lot of great content, a lot of good things to say. I wanted to, Zach, you can unmute yourself, brother, if you want. I wanted to welcome you, man, and I want to welcome all of you, but poetry is so important in our lives in so many ways. And a couple of quotes that I wanted to share before I let Zach jump at it. There's a few things involving poetry, some quotes by some people I find quite profound that ties to poetry is poetry is when an emotion has found its thought and thought has found its words. Also said by that person, I have never started a poem whose end I knew. Writing a poem is discovering. And that's by the poet Robert Frost. Also got some other good ones in here, but I'm gonna turn it over to Zach. Zach, welcome. You here?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, man?
It's an honor to be here. I'm so grateful to be with everyone here. And yeah, it's like the wolf pack. I feel like there's a lot of wolf packs and a lot of wolves getting together as well and coming together to really work on ourselves and also protect the earth. So it's definitely an honor to be with your wolf pack, Angelo. So thank you for inviting me.
It's all of you that make it here. I just have the Zoom account. So yeah, thanks you guys. You're all purveyors of health here. I look to all of you for inspiration. And Zach, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope you continue to come here every week if you can.
Yeah, brother. Good, man.
And
much love to you, brother.
You all are all welcome in my Wolfpack as well, like the Wolfpack community that I'm creating. So yeah, if you leave your contact or your connection, way of connection here, I'll for sure add you and make sure to reach out and connect. For me, it's a big part of my mission is connection, connecting with myself, connecting with nature, connecting with others. And yeah, it's just the further I go into my mission, it feels like that's it, just connect. And every moment is an opportunity to connect. So yeah, so I just wanted to give a little introduction about myself and also kind of give intention to the space as well. So so this space, I really wanted, I guess I'm really honored just to be in the space, but I would also love to create the space for others to express themselves freely through poetry, or if it's music, or whatever word that comes through, or whatever thought or whatever is on your mind, basically. Feel free to express yourself. And I think it's really key to have this space to be able to listen and to share. And just that in itself can be really healing. The space can be a vehicle for ourselves to heal ourselves, to be able to just express what's on our mind. Because a lot of times we hold in a lot of things that are on our mind, and we're afraid to just express them and express our true self. And something that I'm really working on. And I guess like part of my mission is to embody love and also to be able to howl my truth, which is like a wolf. Like, so my poetry that I share is kind of like something I discovered for myself through my own journey as well. And at first, it was just like me writing on paper. I was just like writing a word like, oh, this is all about love. And then I would like be like, oh wait, I can rhyme with that word, like, oh, love, above. And then it kind of became a natural like play on words. I would just allow the words to come through, and a lot of times like that was the medicine for me. And through my journey, so basically I've been spending the last 4 to 5 years traveling in South America and different places. So Brazil, Peru, and now I'm currently in Colombia. And a big part of my journey has been like plant medicine. So I started off with meditating and understanding a little bit about spirituality, but I feel like my spiritual path really took off when I found ayahuasca in Brazil, and it really like changed my life. So I found it in Brazil, and then afterwards made my way to the Amazon of Peru, and I spent 1 month last year actually doing a plant dieta with ayahuasca with the Shipibo tribe. And it was one of the most like amazing experiences of my life to be in the middle of the Amazon and just really taking in life, like taking in the messages from Earth and connecting with myself on a deeper level. Because really what I found is that like that nature that we see outside is actually inside as well. It's inside all of us. We all have nature within us. And it's just about unleashing that power that we already have in us and realizing that there is no, I mean, the external is amazing, but if we go deeper inside our own mind and our own heart, there's something there to share to the world. So yeah, so that's a little bit about myself. I feel like as we all like share, and as I share poetry, you'll also get opportunity to know me a bit more, and also like some stories will pop up. So yeah, I'm not great at introductions, but I love to be able to open the space. And you know, if you ever have any questions, we can always like, you know, feel free to ask me certain questions as well, because I would love to just share in this discussion. So yeah, so maybe like if anyone has any questions first to start off about my journey, we could do that as well.
And Zach, you currently are living in Bogotá, Colombia right now, right? So
yeah.
What's your collective like down there with your artistry and your collective of poets and artists?
Yeah, so it's been a really really amazing journey. Before I came to Colombia, I was actually in Peru, and I learned about the Cogimamos when I was in Peru. And if you don't know who the Cogimamos, they're actually, so it's a indigenous tribe that lives in the Sierra Nevada of Colombia, and the Mamos are like the spiritual leaders of this tribe that live in the mountains. And basically one is chosen to be a Mamo before they're even born. And the Mamos spend the first 9 years of their life in the darkness. So they don't see the sun for the first 9 years of their life. And they basically spend 9 years like in the cave or in a really dark place, just like meditating. And so then they come out for like a little while, like after 9 years, then they go back in for another 9 years. And so 18 years in the darkness, it just like changes your life completely. So they come out of it like just a new person. But that's basically the reason I came here to Bogota. I was like at the last week in Peru, I was at a kirtan, like a mantra singing event, and they played a song from the Kogi Mamos, and that took me to explore, like, okay, who are the Kogi Mamos? And so from there, I actually looked up a documentary about them. It's called From the Heart of the World. And I also watched another one called, Aluna. And so I can share you guys those two documentaries afterwards. But basically, I watched those documentaries and I was like, all right, I need to connect with these people. They have so much indigenous knowledge and ancestral knowledge. So when I came to Bogotá, I actually connected with a mamo here, and we actually did like a ceremony at this lake because they worship water. And in that process, I was like, okay, wow, I just would love to learn and learn from their practices. So that's kind of like why I'm here in Bogotá.
Right on. Cool, man. I was just in Bogotá earlier this year. It's a wonderful place. Colombia is an amazing country. Actually inspired me. I'm going to have a little mambe right now. Speak my truth.
Yeah, I got my mambe with me too.
Yeah. All right, cool. Anyways, I'd like to open it up to everybody. You know, if anybody out there has something they want to share, I'm love to hear from you guys. I wrote a little something down. I see that Troy's here. I know he's got a lot of experience in the Amazon and South America with the plant medicines and artistry. Anybody else want to jump on, unmute yourself, and go for it?
Yeah, I would love to talk about plant medicine. So if anyone has any questions, like, feel free to ask.
Yeah, hey, it's Troy. How's it going, guys?
What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
Yeah, sorry, I'm in my garage unloading my car, but you know, this speaks close to my heart. I started studying in the Amazon in 2006, and before that, I was going to the sacred indigenous sites in Guatemala and Peru, and studying them all online, what was available at the time. And you know, and I learned about the Kogi Mama, and I had some friends that went down there, did a lot of ceremony with them, and I think it's really good work. And this is the work that's at the cornerstone of my heart. You know, I do a lot of antics online and you know, ignite a lot of fires, but those fires are ignited from the fire of consciousness that's ignited inside of me from that type of indigenous wisdom, that plant wisdom, from that cup of ayahuasca that helps to enlighten you. And, you know, once you wake up to a certain level, you want to commit your body, mind, and consciousness to something, you know, obviously that's aligned with something so sacred as fucking planet Earth, man. You know?
Yeah.
So I get it, man. And lucky you were able to go hang out with the elder brothers. I'm sure that was pretty intense. And I could go for some mambe right about now, baby.
Yeah, I got some mambe here.
So what is mambe, guys?
So that's a good question. So mambe is basically, it's a mixture that comes from the Amazon of Colombia, and it's a mixture of like coca leaf ashes and also another plant. Like usually the mixture changes based off whoever makes it, and so basically the main ingredient is like coca leaf ashes, and you always use it with tobacco, like ambil. And basically the mambe is the feminine energy, and then the tobacco is like the father tobacco, so it's the masculine energy. And so when you use both together, it's like this balance that comes together, and you know, you have this harmony in, you know, the yin and yang. And it's used primarily for like conversation, so it's like you use it so that you can listen and can share like freely with the people around you. So really, it's like a social plant.
That sounds amazing, man. I'm gonna have to get some of that for sure. Grab some mambe up for sure.
Yeah, my check luggage, all my coca. You're definitely stoked, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, does anybody want to share something that they wrote? I mentioned when I invited all you guys to come on, if you have something that you'd like to share, this is a safe space for anybody that wants to share something that they've a creation of themselves.
Some closing here, babe.
Share it all.
Yeah. I'd love to open it up and start it off, if that's okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Go
Yeah.
for it, brother.
So someone's mic is on.
I just turned them off, but yeah,
Okay.
keep yourself muted unless you want to speak. Thank you.
So basically, I've been using this period of time, this whole situation, to really like dive into my poetry, and I wanted to start off with this poem that I wrote called "You Can't Have It All," and it's something that I've been reflecting on with business projects and wanting to travel and do so many things at once. I'm realizing that that is a dream, to do a lot of things at once, but I'm realizing if I really want to manifest my dream, I kind of have to be able to focus and really go all in. So I just wanted to start it off with a little poem it's lighter, but also it's relative probably to a lot of what we're going through. It's easy to get distracted today. All right, so I'll go for it. I'm learning that you can't have it all. Though it would be amazing to meet a nice girl, then go travel the world while chasing entrepreneurial pursuits, maybe it's better to be like a tree and plant some roots. Nourish one seed at a time and learn how to prioritize, and not be played by your big eyes. I'm learning that you can't have it all. It's a simple lesson for me, but it will take some time to adapt slowly. Sometimes I get carried away in my dream, but at the same time, I would love to be everywhere and do everything on earth. Do you know what I mean? Focus is the name of this delightful game that I'm grateful to be playing. Focus on what's truly important now and forget about the rest. Take a deep breath, relax, strive to be at your best. This present moment is the test. As it continually repeats, you have a chance to just be and embody the change you wish to see. I'm learning that you can't have it all, just like you can't buy everything at the mall. If you did, you'd be broke. Change your attitude to gratitude and become infinitely rich. Overcoming that subconscious itch to only consume and consume until the day comes where you arrive in your tomb. Try to find peace just sitting in your room. Be thankful that you have a roof over your head. Be thankful that you get to sleep in your bed. Be thankful that you're happily fed. Take the time to patiently sit and realize happiness comes from wanting what you get. I'm learning that you can't have it all. I'm letting go of my expectation, focusing in on this divine creation, this beautiful moment in time as you await for my next rhyme. I want you to take a second to sit still and just breathe with me. Let's get free together right now. Yes, right now. Let's get together and howl. Oh!
That's lit.
Let it go.
That's for the wolf pack.
Let it go. How?
That was called, Zach. You can't.
Yeah, I'll add the post here. You can't have it all. It's on my blog.
That was
Dude, that's
brilliant.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That was absolutely beautiful, brother. It was a pleasure. It's absolute, dude. I'm so blessed to be here with you, brother. So blessed. This is
Thank you.
amazing right now. You know, it's so beautiful. The moments that you can attract into your life. This is gratitude, brother. Gratitude.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. It's my medicine to share it with you.
You're nice with it too, man. You're nice with that poetry. It just the way you let it flow. It grabbed you. You know, it really connects with the inner, the inner world. So yeah, man, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for listening, and for everyone that's here. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. That was beautiful, man. Appreciate that.
If you guys have any like questions, if it resonated with you, like feel free to, share, ask questions also.
Well, I extrapolated from that of something personal to me is the detachment from the material world. Can't buy it at a mall. I do have faith in humanity that we are moving towards a better place, a higher sense of consciousness, higher consciousness. And I see that in a lot of the malls closing, and not just because of COVID-19, but I mean, it's too bad for commerce, but seeing malls shutting down everywhere around here, at least where I live, and I'm sure that's kind of the case. I know it's the case elsewhere. So it's good to see us moving away from materialism and more to like what's important in life.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, and it's like, we don't necessarily need everything, right? I'm a big fan of like minimalism, in the sense of like, the lighter that I live, the less I have to worry about. The less things I have, the more I'm able to really like travel to different places and be mobile. It's like, in the physical sense, I'm literally lighter. I have less like baggage to carry with me, less things to carry with me like in the world. And yeah, but that's not for everyone also. Like, I'm not saying everyone should be like minimalist, but in the case of looking at your priorities, it's very important, I think.
Yeah, I really like how you that if you buy everything in the mall, then you end up broke, and what do you have to show for it? A bunch of stuff. That really resonated with me. I like that, Zach. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Wayne, for listening, and appreciate that comment. I think that part also goes to the next line. It's about like gratitude as well. It basically, sometimes when you have less, it's also a good thing. You just appreciate what you have a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I like that. That's beautiful.
And part of that, so part of my journey when I was in Brazil, I lived in Rio, and part of that journey, I lived in a favela for almost a year. And living in a favela was really a humbling experience, because I literally didn't have much. And also, I was in a neighborhood where like the people don't really have that much. But at the same time, like, those were the happiest people I've ever been around in my life. And every interaction was so amazing. Like, I would walk down the street and just be like, have a conversation with people in the street, like the guy in the store, like on the corner. And I realized, like, I started to wake up to the value of just community in general at that time. Like, oh, we can connect with people, and that's a lot of value as well.
Yeah, for sure, man. I was. You can go talking. You guys go ahead. All right. I deployed to Iraq, man, and they don't have a lot over there, and we didn't have a lot either. We're on this military base, but the smiles that you see on a lot of those children's faces are just beaming. You don't see that kind of excitement or happiness here. When you're going through the cities or anything like that, they're so full of light often. And even though they don't have much of anything, if you throw them an MRE or a case of water, it just totally lightens up their day. And I don't know, it's a really interesting dynamic.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. And yeah, I feel like my poetry also is just it's always been like a way of reflection. So a lot of times when I'm writing, it's just the best way to integrate these experiences that I've had as well, like traveling or an experience maybe with like plant medicine, like ayahuasca. So yeah, it just comes through naturally, and I feel like gratitude is definitely a key part of my. It's like definitely one of my core values, also.
Yeah, brother. I'd love to hear a little bit more about you said you spent a lot of time in the Amazon. That's beautiful, brother. But tell us a little bit about. I would love to hear a little bit about your journey with Aya and how she guided you through to where you are now in that journey that you were in with her. What was like the uncoiling of you, of the knowledge that you gained? What was the process? You understand what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah, like that journey.
Yeah,
So
exactly. The journey, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the journey, but the journey.
It's funny because the guy we had on the Wolfpack, Angelo, Troy, he actually led me to my first like ayahuasca experience. He wrote like an article about ayahuasca, and before then I heard about it. I was like, oh, like what's that? But I was never like, oh, I'm gonna do the plant medicine. Like I always had this stigma around like doing like different drugs or trying these different like psychedelics, right? But then I read his article and it really showed me like how it can be used to dive deeper into like the spiritual world. And it really, after I read it, I was just like, all right, I need to do this. So then I spent the next like literally I was like, all right, I'm gonna prepare. I spent the next 6 months like preparing for my first ceremony. Like started eating better, started doing more yoga, getting into like meditation routine, and I was listening to like Aubrey Marcus and his podcast as well. And this was like part of the preparation. Then I went into the ceremony like kind of ready for it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to my first ceremony, and that was when I was in Brazil. And the first ceremony I ever had was like in the forest of Rio, like in the middle of the rainforest, and it was an experience that just really completely unlocked me. There was a lot of, for me, the purge was like emotional. I just really like cried and cried and cried some more. And it's because it was healing like my masculine side. My dad actually, like, I've never seen him cry in my life. And he never shows his emotions or anything. And so I realized like that, like ayahuasca really opened that side of me up. It really opened like the feminine side, and also I started healing the masculine within me. And it was such a amazing experience. Like for me, the first ceremony was just like a huge download of information, and then also like connection with the universe and everything at once. And it was like the whole forest came alive. Like the trees were like all alive. Like the leaves, like everything that was like green or like all the plants like started to like, I guess, wake up in my life. I was like, whoa, like it's been there, but I just didn't recognize it.
Yeah, it's like a new level of sight is unlocked for you, right? It's like there's so many things that are. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's so many. We exist in this physical reality, and as we move through, we don't even realize how much is really around us, how alive everything really is, and all the connections that are between all the things that are alive, you know. And so it's so powerful. Psychedelics for me really. I don't know if it's lifting the veil or if it's, you know, gaining new sight, but different journeys with LSD and mushrooms have really brought a clarity to me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it cleanses the lens. So
Yeah.
we have these lens on reality, and it just kind of cleanses it, and also cleanses ourselves. We have this like that cleanses the mirror, like, oh, like we're clean now, or cleaner, so then we can be instruments for, like, the universe or God
Sure.
or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, whatever
Exactly.
source energy you believe in, we become like just instruments of it. In
Vessels.
it.
Yeah. Vessels to be, better integrated into this reality and to, affect this reality. And I think it's, for me in my journey, the last journey I did was a 10-gram lupine SMB mushroom trip. And I haven't really spoken about this trip very much. But my intention going into the journey was to open myself and give myself to source fully. So give myself to source that I may be a more open, pure vessel so that source could speak through me. Because for me, the way I express and the way I share is through voice, is through communication, is through like direct channeling. And so I wanted to dive deeper into that and really explore what it would mean to give myself entirely to source. And so I made some preparations. I cleared my mind. I prayed. I meditated. I stretched. And as I went into the journey and I entered the presence of these beings, these higher beings, and they asked me what I wanted. Um,
Mhm.
and so it's pretty interesting what happened next. What happened next is they spoke to me and said, you come to bother us now. Why, when you have everything that you ever needed? And so for me, that journey was really about not being grateful for the things that I do have, the power that I do have, the way that I am able to affect my reality, and stop trying to chase an insurmountable amount of power and connection. It's about being grateful for the connection too, what connection you do have, and understanding that with that connection that you do have, that is very specific to you and very, very interconnected with everything else, that capacity is what you are meant to use to let the light of love flow through you, so that you can really connect to this reality, and so that we can really connect to one another and build something together and explore ourselves and what it means to exist as beings and different points of consciousnesses in this physical, interdimensional, super cosmic reality. Because in a lot of ways, I do feel that I have felt in the past, and I do feel that we are God. We are a piece of God here. We are a seed, an eye, a awareness, and a connection to this interconnected divine being that affects so many different versions of reality. And it's so complex. And that journey for me was about understanding just how complex this system is, and these energies are, and these powers are, and that I'm here and I'm experiencing this beautiful, beautiful tree. I'm experiencing it, right? But there's a lot more. There's a lot more behind the curtains that's going on, that we are a part of, and that we can affect and do affect. And so I was really humbled in that experience, and I was brought to the women in my life, and to be grateful for the divine feminine and its effect on our journey, and the love that has been in our journey, and the safety that has been. We're all alive right now, in this physical reality, and a lot of us didn't necessarily have to be, and so it's really powerful even that we're here together, and so I really think we go on these journeys and we have all these experiences And it brings us it really does bring us back to gratitude, you know, regardless of what arena you're in, what field you're in, what world you're in, you know, it's really about being here now, really being here now, and being grateful for the here and the now, and then sharing that gratitude with one another, and then happiness. um yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that, guys, but I appreciate you all for listening to me, for allowing me to share myself with you guys, because this journey is interesting, and I'm really loving it, honestly. I really am loving this journey. It's so full of different intricacies that really, it's a lot, and it's beautiful, and I'm grateful to be here as a super conscious brother of yours, experiencing this divine reality. But yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, brother. Like, I resonate with that as well, and it's definitely one of my core values, gratitude. And more recently, I'm learning, like, the more the universe is like always playing jokes, or like God's always playing jokes on me. But like I'm learning, like, the more it's like the more that I know, the more I realize, like, I know literally nothing. I have no idea what's gonna happen tomorrow, and
Exactly.
I'm learning, like, that's the beauty. It's like, yeah, we don't know, and we can take that not knowing with a different interpretation every time, right? We can say, I don't know anything, and life is horrible because I don't know anything. Or we could say, like, I don't know nothing. I know nothing, and that's beautiful.
I know nothing, and yeah, there's so many things that I could know, and I would still know. Really, you know, I could fill my brain with all the things, you know, and it would still surmount the very little things. Yeah, man, life's so beautiful, and there is so much knowledge, and there actually, you know, once you enter this aware arena, this arena of, you know, once you realize you're connected, there's so many paths you can take from there. I mean, it's really just a new birth, right, into a new version of existence, and then so now this is a new life, and now I can go be an adventure, a soul adventure, you know. You know,
I have some poems on that, actually.
poetry's awesome, man. The way you really, the way it flows, really, and you're able to connect to your words, it's really beautiful. I'm definitely gonna have to write some poetry, man, because
Yeah.
give me some tips, bro. I need that.
Zach, would you mind if I shared a few things?
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna get a poem lined up for afterwards to share.
Okay. First, I put down a bunch of quotes relative to poetry. What is poetry? Like, how do we define it, right? I mean, we were talking about this yesterday, Zach, and just kind of the etymology behind it and all that. But actually, like, I found some quotes by some inspiring poets, and I wanted to read a couple more of those I thought were pretty valid, and also wanted to share something that I wrote. So a few that stuck out to me was poetry is a rhythmical creation of beauty in words. That was said by Edgar Allan Poe, which is one of my favorite poets, writers. And another one that really stuck out to me as well was poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. It takes its origin from the emotion recollected in tranquility. That was said by William Wordsworth. So yeah, there's a lot of great poets. I mean, I don't think poets necessarily have to be defined as somebody who is deemed a poet. When I think of poetry, I think more modern in a more contemporary sense. I think of a lot of like hip hop artists, because the flow of the words to express the soul, the rhyme flow, like you're very adept with, Zach, is it's an art form, but it's also an expression and a window to the soul. So I think that's beautiful. I wrote a couple poems today in preparation for this, thinking everybody was going to go around maybe read something short. So I wrote a couple things. I'll read one, and if no one goes, maybe later I'll share a second one. But I wanted to read one that I wrote that's really super short. But this one, it goes like this. When it comes to poetry, we are all pros. Open your soul full of love and let the spirit flow. That's it.
Nice. Oh.
That's
I
it,
feel-
and that's lit, bro. That was beautiful,
Yeah.
man.
People don't realize, like, sometimes the shortest poems are also like, they have so much wisdom behind them too. I have some poems that were like really short, but then I just like loved the line, and it was like, I love that as well. Amazing.
Yeah, there was some reference to like poetry that's like over wordy. So I read a lot of that from earlier today. I'm trying to remember which one that I was going to cite for all you guys. Someone said poetry is an echo asking to shadow dance. That was Carl Sundberg. Poetry puts starch in your backbone so you can stand, so you can compose your life. That is a Maya Angelou. There's some contemporary, more American ones there, but there was one that I read, and I don't think I wrote it. Oh, here it is. No, I wrote something down about many a poem is marred by a superfluous word. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So, you know, people trying to use big words and sound fancy, sometimes it takes away from just being your authentic self, you know, making a poem, just letting it bleed out of you. Like Ice-T says, like, I bleed the rhymes onto the paper, man. So, yeah.
It's universal.
Yeah.
See, Becca, you wrote a poem here. Do you want to read it? I know.
Come on now.
I like it.
Safe space.
It was just, I wish I would have written something amazing. And maybe if I don't know. But it
It's
was
good.
just a short little thing that I thought was really fitting for people. And actually, it's by someone named Christiane Martin. But just dance with the waves, move with the sea, let the rhythm of the water set your soul free. Just be water, just
Beautiful.
ebb and flow, just roll with it. That's my suggestion for this week.
Yeah, Mark. It looks like Mark also. Thanks for the share, Rebecca. Becca. Yeah, I love that water. I was talking with a friend about that as well. About just like embracing the flow. Just be like, okay, be like water. Be flexible. Mark, you said yeah. You want to share?
Sorry, man. There's a couple of things I wanted to share. I have a little poem, and then been doing this pretty much a vegan cleanse, which I've never done in my life. And you know, as I studied with Paul, you know, it's been a while. And at that time, he just got off being a vegetarian for a while, for like, I don't know, like 40 or 50 days. And he said he could listen to his soul to become more spiritual. And he became really, really thin. And he was telling us a story about it. And later on, he started eating meat because he needed to get strong and start lifting better. But, you know, it took me a long time to figure out what he actually meant by that, you know, how to be, you know, find your soul and listening to your soul. And I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a change, dude. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Jim Morrison, like more peaceful, you know, peaceful, and just kind of my heart's open more, you know. Never really felt like this before. I mean, I felt other types of love, but this one is just kind of, I don't know. I think I'm not really afraid of freedom anymore. And that was my big thing. And man, I just, I don't know, man. I just want to just everybody to be happy and peaceful and you know, even my kids say there's a little bit of change, you know, which is kind of hard with them because I don't really miss too much. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't know how to say it or how to explain it. I just feel, I don't know, fantastic, I guess, you know. And
that's awesome, brother.
you know, I just feel like just, you know, hell, you know, just like give everybody a hug, man, you know, just
yeah, everything's
open
all
my
right.
heart,
Yeah,
you know?
it's like, yeah, everything's okay, you know. It wasn't,
Yeah.
you know, this life wasn't it wasn't what we thought it was. Wasn't what we were making it out to be. It's actually just it can be very relaxed. It can be a very flowing journey, right? Be like water, right?
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
If you can
water, man.
play with the waves of life, you know.
Yeah, I hear you,
You know,
man.
and
you'll
you'll learn how to flow. You'll learn how to flow from the best, the ocean. You know.
Dude, man. I mean, I honestly, you know, I wrote a little poem and it's called "I Found My Soul." So I don't know if you guys want to hear that as well. But,
We'd love to, brother.
For sure.
Yeah. Excuse me, I might screw up a little bit. My handwriting's not great, but I'll let you know. I feel I found my soul, even though I dug my own hole. I feel that I'm at peace. Things seem to be more at ease. Never thought that I would able to be found. I know that my heart is kind. All I want to do is share my love, spread the wings just like a dove. After eating like a vegan, I feel my spirit can begin. I feel that orange glow. I can honestly say I found my soul.
Beautiful, man. I've never heard anybody rhyme a word with vegan, so that's amazing. I love it.
Oh, I just felt it flow, man. I don't know, man. It felt like Jam Master Jay or, you know, or
Yeah,
you know, Chuck D coming out, you know, I don't know.
Marky Mark.
Yeah. Some old school guys.
DJ
Yeah,
Marky
I don't know,
Mark.
man. Fuck, you know, I love everybody here, man. I don't have a whole lot of family, but and you know, and I look up and each and every one of these meetings, dude, that we do is just, it's just amazing for me. I don't know how everybody else feels, but for me, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
if you guys ever need anything, man, I got your back. Right or wrong, I'll still be in the back of your corner 100%. You know, just, you know, I believe in you guys, and, you know, I believe in myself finally. And man, I don't know. I just, you know.
Mark, you're inspiration, man. You're a true leader in this group and in this community of people, man. I don't think you even are fully recognizing your power, man. I mean, you're always wanted. We always want to hear what you got to say, man. You've got a lot.
I know. Sometimes I don't always speak up. I always hold back a little bit, you know. But I don't know. I'm just like, dude, it's got to come out now, you know. Just like open that chakra 1 and 2, you know, and just feel better, you know. It's like, holy shit. You know?
I feel like I don't know, personally I feel like we're like riding this wave, and now we're kind of like coming down from it. Like it's kind of becoming calmer. Like we were riding this like really heavy energy, I think the last 2 weeks. I don't know if you guys felt it, but like I felt such heavy energy, and now it's been like the last couple of days just like, all right, now we're coming down, like it's been like, okay, so now we're good, man. We're cruising for once.
Soul surfing. Life's awesome, man.
Monty, you gonna bust out some licks for us, bro?
Where's Monty at?
Guitar, man. No? Oh, okay. Monty got a new 6-string. He's like gonna shred some.
I'm writing something. I'm not ready yet. If anybody wants to go first, go ahead. I'm just trying to write something.
I want to share a poem I just wrote. I shared this with you, Angelo. I haven't shared it with anyone else, I think.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. This is a good one. It's been resonating with me. And so the name of this poem is Afraid to Die or Afraid to Live. All right, so I'll go for it. Life starts once we face death. Those moments of depletion when you feel like nothing's left. It's up to you to choose how you respond to bad news. And what really makes bad news bad? Maybe it's your reaction that's making you sad. Flip the switch and change your state. Focus on how you can still make this present moment great. What do you have to appreciate? Time, money, energy, space. We all have the power to create. What do you want to create? What in your mind would you love to conceive? Then tap into the energy and start to believe. I believe that there's more to life than what we see, and that this mindset can set us all free. We can hold hands together and just sit still and be. Maybe this is just my personal cry, a chance for us to unify and defy this feeling of separation, which is an illusion. We're playing into our own confusion, splitting ourselves from our own fusion. It's time for us to wake up and live. It's time for us to wake up and give. So, are you afraid to die or afraid to live?
Goodness.
It's lit.
That's
Yeah, baby.
that's awesome, man.
Wake up and give. I like that a lot, man. That was really nice.
Yeah, thanks all. Thanks everyone.
That was awesome, man, for sure.
Hey, Ieso wants to share a little something here, Matthew. You have a little something you want to share with the group?
Guys, I was just talking to someone real quick. So I got this poem right here. It was when I was writing some lyricism for some music. Some of you may know, I'm a musician. I do mostly metalcore, some hard rock, and sometimes lighter stuff. And this one's called Everglades. It's called Everglades. Falling here to the Everglades, we find ourselves reaching out, searching for what it means, feeling truth and overcoming the strains of illusion, deception, manipulation, and darkness. We seek the truth in close consciousness, diving into the path of true flow. Full hearts gather to find the way. We separate only to return back again. And so it is. This is truth. That was just like a free flow. I wasn't really prepared for anything super extravagant, but I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's called the Everglades. My interpretation of the Everglades is the 3D reality we face, and it's kind of like an unseen that we're all aware of. I feel like everyone in this community is well aware of like higher consciousness for the most part, and I try to see beyond the Everglades, you know, and I hope you guys do too.
Yeah, man, and this goes for Matt, Mark, everybody here. When you share your beautiful chunk of your soul, man, don't downplay it and say that it's nothing much, or don't apologize. This is your truth, and we are here to appreciate and honor that. So thank you, Matt. That was great, man.
Love you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing.
I really what resonated with me, that is like that concept of separation is all like separation's an illusion that we create, and we're creating it through our fear. Like when we play into our fear, like fear is real. Fear is natural. Like fear comes up, but when we allow the fear to win over us, I feel like that's when we play into like the separation as well, and we like create these walls around our heart. And it's funny, it's like our heart just wants to give. Like our heart just says like, give everything, like give to the people like on the streets, give to the people that have less, give to those that are treated unfairly. And it's like sometimes we just don't listen to that. And I think sometimes it's like the reason we don't listen is just because like our own ego comes up, and like the fears come up and says like, creates this separation, like that person isn't us. But in reality, that person could be us. And a lot of times we're just blocking out that part of our like personality too. And so like one thing I'm learning now is like to embrace like myself fully. And I feel like as I learn how to just like truly like embrace who I am, like, or just embrace like myself or find that truth, it's like a never ending process, but it's like I keep going and keep seeking at least that truth.
Great. That's great. And Trent and Katie, I know Trent's a musician and an artist as well. I'm sure Katie is too. If you guys have anything you'd like to share, feel free. Don't feel obligated. Anybody else? Curtis, Will, Natalie. Oh, there's Kurt. There's my boy Trent. What's up, guys? What's up, Katie?
To check in. Katie's with me tonight.
Hi, everyone. This has been enlightening.
Thank you for being here.
My first time.
I feel kind of lame because I've written a lot of poetry, but I don't have anything prepared with me right now. But Angelo, you mentioned a couple of Robert Frost quotes earlier, and I wanted to share a Frost quote that I love, which is and a lot of poets spoke about poetry philosophically, and they spoke about just the human experience, and I always found that really interesting and unique to poets. But Robert Frost said, a poem is like an ice cube melting on a stovetop, and it sort of just moves around and finds its own path until it's gone into what he called a momentary stay against confusion. A momentary stay against confusion. And I always thought that was just a beautiful framing of what a poem is. But anyways, that's really all I have right now. I just wanted to say thanks, everybody. We probably have to dip here pretty soon, but this has been great.
I do want to add real quick, Zach, I can relate very much so to the travel experience that you've had, and I would love to continue you like exploring that and diving into that more, because I do think that it has made me a different person and has humbled me tremendously. And this one hasn't been out of the country, and it's not necessarily something that's a need, but it does bring so much like perspective and like euphoria to if you're, you know, open to it and looking for it. So I appreciated what you said.
Yeah, thanks, Katie, for listening and also sharing that. I feel like traveling, what it's done for me is just changed the lens a little bit. It's just like wiping the lens off, and the more I do it, it's like the more I'm like, how can I see the situation in different angles? And I'm continually changing. It's crazy. Like my mind and like my ideas of the world are always changing.
Walt Whitman said, "I contain multitudes," which is such a beautiful speech.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I haven't traveled extensively, but I've done a lot of internal traveling, I guess, and it's a different kind of wiping the lens.
Nature's in you.
Right. That was beautiful.
That's true too.
Your little two-liner or 2 or 4-liner that you said, we're all poets, right? We're all experts. It's true.
Yeah, I feel that.
Thanks for inviting us.
Thanks,
everybody. This was wonderful.
Thank you, guys. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
We have our other New Hampshireite over here. Where'd he go? There he is, Curtis. You want to go at all, brother? You don't have to, but just throwing it out
I
there.
can show you my view. I'm in a tree, and do I have service? I don't know if there's service up here, but I'll share my view.
Oh yeah, see that?
Yeah, I don't know how good this.
Yeah, we can see you, man. We can see it. It's awesome.
That's weird, Curtis. Yeah.
Who's got birds?
That's your birds, Monty? Is that Curtis?
If you can you hear what I'm saying? Does it flow? I have enough service.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Sure, yeah. This is the first time I heard you. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I can hear you good, man.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll just share my experience today. I noticed that, like, without eating, and without an addictive habit, it feels like the day just drags on and on. And so I realized, like, I was able to quit cannabis by switching it out for tobacco. And I didn't really like tobacco too much, which was good because that means that it was easy to quit. And then so yesterday I was smoking some tobacco and like there wasn't any point to it. And I end up like not liking myself when I smoke it because I'm like, this is not healthy for me and I'm trying to be healthy, right? And so I just get this mind battle going on. And so I threw it into the fire with the tobacco. Definitely a waste, but it said something to me on a deeper level. And then today I filled that same void with eating when I didn't really need to. Like I was feeling pretty high just on regular energy levels, which is a trip to feel high just because your energy levels are so high because you're eating correctly and not eating too much. Anyway, then I grounded myself out and ate a bunch. And it's just, yeah, it's really interesting, like seeing the parasitic side of yourself and revealing that. And as you reveal it, as you bring awareness to it, you bring light to it, and you make it lighter, you make it less real, and you have more of your full self, your real self that you can be, experience.
Yeah, I think that ties back to your first poem, Zach, a little bit, you know, about what I see is like the consumerism of the mall within ourselves, right? I feel that too, man. I definitely consume when I'm not hungry. It's a comfort or an anxiety, you know, time, space filler. So yeah, I'm with you, man.
Yeah, same. I also I have a funny a funny thing about this. So the other day also, so I'm trying to like stop eating cheese for just like 2 weeks. No cheese or eggs, like just cutting it out, like animal products for 2 weeks. And like the other night I had this dream that there's this like giant pizza, like giant mushroom pizza. And I was just like, in the dream I was like, give me that. But there are other options too. So there's like a sausage pizza, and there's like pepperoni pizza, and then there's like this mushroom pizza. I was like, wait, in my dream I was like, no, I don't want the sausage pizza, but I do want the mushroom pizza. I think it's part of my soul just saying like, yeah, sometimes like the desire comes out, and it's like, I mean, why not eat the mushroom pizza from time to time also? It's like, no one's perfect. That's kind of like what I've been learning. Yeah.
I think we can.
Good, man.
I think we can open it up for a few more people and let Zach do a closer, and then we can bring in Becca and to do her readings. Since we're at about 5:20 p.m. right now, does anyone else want to share before we take it back to Zach, and then have Becca and Tonto wrap it up?
Yo, Angelo, I gotta get going in 10 minutes. I got a team meeting with JP, but I'll share quick.
All right.
I wrote something real quick. Thanks for the inspiration. This one's called "I Feel Like a Mushroom." I feel like a mushroom, born to decompose.
First I must blossom like a rose. I'm on a heavy dose, prepared to travel to the coast, ready to cultivate wherever my heart grows. I feel like a mushroom, watch me grow and grow. If you eat me, you most surely know.
Woo.
That's it.
Oh, nice.
That
Thanks
was
for
lit,
sharing that.
man. Yeah, that was fire, Monty.
Appreciate it.
Love you, Monty, bro. Monty's
Mushrooms,
a
the
legend.
mushroom teachers. I love it.
See, brother.
I gotta log off,
Mushrooms.
guys. Love y'all.
Thanks, bro.
Peace out, brother. Much
Yeah,
love.
thanks. Peace.
I'll be in touch.
All right, Wayne, do you wanna drop anything? Will, Natalie, any of you guys wanna share?
Yeah.
No.
Hi.
All right.
Hey. So I did not prepare with anything from my soul, but something that I can say off just the top of my spirit right now is just thank you so much to all of you guys. Seriously. I'm so grateful to hear Zach's words, Angelo's words, Tanto's words, everyone who's contributed tonight. Really just keeps me centered and really put a lot of things in perspective. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that.
You're welcome. That's what we're here for, yeah. Thank you for your gratitude. We're grateful for you.
Thanks. I have to head out, but it was such a pleasure just hearing all of you guys. Cool. Much love. Bye.
Peace and love.
Peace.
Peace out.
All right. Looks like Wayne.
Wayne.
Yeah. Hey guys, I actually so I don't have anything written because I'm not a poet. My artistry comes through my craft, my leather work and stuff like that. So it's more physical stuff. But I actually do have to go. I just sent a text in the chat because the kid's mom's here and I got to see their mom. So I love you guys and I appreciate everything. And Zach, thank you so much for sharing, and just everybody for sharing. That was beautiful, guys. I'm in a little bit of a funk today, so I needed that for sure.
Thank you for witnessing, Wayne. Thank you for being a part of this. Appreciate you, man. Always love you, brother.
For sure, man. Thank you for holding space, man. You're in a funk. So get funky, all right, bro?
A little funk, dude.
Get funky, bro.
Moving out of Colorado, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it, so I'm just trying to figure it out and make it happen, But it's not a bad funk. I just gotta figure everything out.
Hell yeah, groovy, bro. That's groovy.
Groovy, baby. Groovy, baby. Girl. What's up? Hey.
I love you guys. I'll see you soon. I'll see some of you later on tonight for Ron Seamus call.
7 p.m.
For sure, brother.
Pacific. All right.
Peace, bro.
Peace. See ya.
Guys, I just say real quick, I appreciate all of you in the community and how you speak your truth and you share these great products and are just such good energy and so supportive to each other and to myself. And I love you all equally. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Maddie.
Yeah,
Brother,
lots of
you're
love.
awesome, man. Zach, do you have one more that you can share with the group, bro?
Yeah, I have one last one to close this off.
And then we're gonna get some readings by Becca over here. We gotta figure out what's going on. Maddie, you're not gonna want to miss that, bro.
All right.
Tonto too.
This one I haven't published on my blog, but I'd like to practice it. It's called A New Day. It's a little bit longer, but I feel like it relates right now. It really resonates.
Let's hear it, bro.
All right. A new day. Wake up and see that it's all divine. There's so much magic in this moment of time. The race is over. There's no reason to run. I invite you right now to sit still and freeze. Close your eyes for a second and just breathe. Allow your heart to be open wide. Let go of the anger and anxiety you've trapped inside. As thoughts come and go like the tide in the company of yourself, there's nowhere to hide. Stop judging the experience and just enjoy the ride. You are gods and goddesses, don't you know? On the eternal stream of consciousness of the universe you flow. Release from the current of fear and just be here. Realize that you have everything that you need. You are blessed with the gifts to lead, walk the path bravely, yet observe the ego in which you feed. And be aware of your word, it's a powerful seed. Words can either manifest in life as trees or fester toxically in the earth like weeds. Choose wisely and set yourself free by embodying the hero you wish to see. Are you going to keep chasing the money and the fame, or is it the value of love you're ready to reclaim? You are the writer of the story, the only one to blame. Remember this in the moments of pain. Art is a gentle reminder of the blessings that have came. I paved the way with the strokes of the pen, and with each stroke I provoke a new perspective and soak the moment with this lyrical note as you hear the words that I wrote. Guided by God, spirit, nature, and the trees, awakening the co-creator sleeping within me, inspiring the soul within you in this beautiful dance of exploring what I know to be true, with faith in humanity and with faith in you too.
That was lit,
That's
bro.
deeper, man.
That was lit.
I feel like that takes us off with like some good energy. Let's go now with faith.
Absolutely, man. You know, but like you said, you know, believe in what you know. You know, so have faith. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your journey. Have faith in your boat as you sail down this ever-flowing stream of cosmic love. You know, flow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love the birds in the background. They're like amazing also.
This has been such a wonderful time, very relaxing and very like great just being with you guys here. Thank you all for sticking it out for this long haul. I really am looking forward to hearing Becca do her weekly readings. Yeah, so Becca, thank you so much, Zach. Really, it's been a real honor to have you here, man. Thank you for sharing all of your words.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. I like poetry I love to share poetry. Like if anyone invites me to share poetry or knows opportunities, like let me know. Like I just want to share with everyone. I could literally keep going. Like and as I keep going, I get like inspiration to like write more. And so it's kind of this crazy thing. It's like hopefully this energy feeds you guys as well. It feeds you and me.
Hopefully, yes. What do you mean? Of course you're feeding us, bro. You're crazy. You're crazy, bro. Yeah, man. I see it. Your poetry is not even your words, it's you. Your poetry is you, you know? It's you become the word, you know? Like Jesus Christ, right? You become the word. Oh, when you flow, yeah. That's lit. He's making himself the word, man. And the word is powerful. You know, the word is beautiful, man. And the word will help guide us to our greatest light. We are all co-creators in this cosmic reality, you know? Let's create some shit. Let's build a 5D pyramid.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
That's what it's about, man. But yeah, brother, appreciate you guys.
Okay. I pulled a card. I pulled a few cards, but this card, I don't know if you can see that very well. It's no place like home. I have a glare, I guess. How do I do it, Angelo? Well, the essential meaning of this card is authenticity, coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. So the Oracle's message for this card, home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity, aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. The relationship message of this card is: lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that it is reciprocated. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in this relationship. Together you add to the love of the world. The prosperity message: when you act in an authentic way, you command the world to reflect back to you exactly what it is in your highest good. Your business choices, the investments you make, and the creative projects you immerse yourself in are powerfully on point. Why? Because when you are fully yourself, radically accepting everything in your journey to date, both successes and failures, you will see that the divinity is in all things. Abundance is a natural progression when you experience this kind of authenticity. And the protection message: there are times when it is familiar and there are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar, and you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. That was a lot. That was a whole lot of stuff. That was heavy. I don't know. I hope that hit something for some of you guys.
Yeah, what resonated with some people? I want to hear what resonated with you guys from that.
Man, doing the unfamiliar, you know, like there's a conundrum in that if it's almost like, in a way, don't follow your intuition because your intuition's wrong, but it's also like you have a deeper wisdom, you have a wise self to adhere to, and you know it, but you numb it with the easy, the familiar. And that resonates with me quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. That's what I heard as well. Because as we progress through this journey, through this soul journey, we actually re-encounter familiar challenges and familiar comfort, I suppose. You know, the way ascension looks to me is like a spiral, and we're spiraling upward. And as we spiral upward and move on our journey, we encounter some of the same problems. It's like some things that our soul has to deal with and overcome. And so, yeah, it's important to always, you know, take that road. Maybe not always, but always take the road less traveled, you know, and really explore.
Get into that cold shower.
It's like, do you know Jerzy Gridrick? He's like Stoic philosopher and also poet. He says like easy choices, hard life, hard choices, easy life, something like that. It's like sometimes when we do like the difficult thing, sometimes we don't want to do it, but when we do it, it's going to be like the most rewarding for us and also like for our growth also.
All right. That was beautiful. I think, Becca, you done, or you need more, or can we?
We can go. We can, or I can pull more. I pulled cards like 5 different times for this group, and then I pulled that one at the end. I just think we're all dealing with a lot of things. We're all ascending. We're all growing. We're all, you know, changing our habits and re-educating ourselves and growing through this human experience, if you will. And yeah, I think we're all really taking a look at ourselves and working on ourselves. And I think that's beautiful because so many people don't. If you spend 5 seconds, you know, outside of our bubble, you know, of people that we allow in our lives, I mean, you realize, you know, how much people don't take care of themselves or look at themselves or heal or deal with anything, or everybody's just so spun out and ungrounded and uncentered. So I think we're doing amazing.
Yeah, I think, and Becca, I think thank you. I think it's so powerful to acknowledge the progress that we're making. You know, so many of us think from the perspective of this world is coming to, you know, everything's crashing and burning, you know, but in reality it's growing. And we grow through struggle, you know, we grow through pain. And so long as we continue to grow, you cannot go wrong, you know, as long as you're going upward, you cannot go wrong. And so even when you fall, you know, because a lot of us fall too, and about really being present throughout that entire journey, and learning what you. I love Stoicism, by the way. I don't know who, Zach. I don't know who it was you mentioned, who was a Stoic philosopher / poet. But I'd love to hear some more of his work or hear more about him because I love Stoic philosophy personally. So yeah,
Gregoric. He's still alive too. He's like Tim Ferriss's coach, Jersey Gregoric. Yeah.
Okay. Jersey Gregoric. All right, thank you, brother. But yeah, guys.
I really feel like from that reading, Becca, like that sense of home. And it's like we can find home within ourselves, but we can also find home when we find that like spiritual family that we connect with. It's like we found home also. It's like I feel like that's the vibration, like always returning home, even when we get off track. Like even when we have those times when we fall, we come back home, and I feel like that's really important.
I agree completely. We all need to, you know, come home to ourselves and be fully present. And I love it. I felt like it all fit really well with everything we were talking about.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all. This has been a great experience. I hope you guys all follow Zach and continue to all stay connected here. This is a great community. I appreciate all of you so much. And yeah, Tonto, you usually wrap it up for us, bro. So you want to, by the way, man, did you ever get my package I sent to you?
I haven't, brother. I haven't been home. I'm in Virginia right now.
Oh,
it's funny because Becky even said home, you know, and I'm actually home right now. I'm with my family. Came to visit in Virginia. I haven't seen him in a while.
What part of Virginia? I'm from like Northern Virginia.
Are you? So they were living in Fort Belvoir, and now they're in Akia, Virginia. I don't know if you know where that is.
No, I never heard of it, but yeah, I'm from like originally like Loudoun County, like near DC.
Oh yeah, we're near DC right now. Yeah, it's Akia. It's a small little town / community right here, right near DC, like about 25 minutes out of DC. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Home, you know. And then you know what I really wanted to say and what came to me just now is I feel healing from this engagement, you know, from flowing and sharing and you know, just boom passing the energy, the vibes. I feel healing, you know, and I like saying a prayer of healing, you know, because we are all healers, and we are We are physically self-healing mechanisms, self-healing systems, extremely intricate human technologies that are at play. And as we move through this world in this energetic field, we are creating from this boundless energy. We are pulling up from the earth the thing that we want to create, and we see the pyramid come into connection before our eyes. We build it with our minds, the thing that we are creating for ourselves, the pillar, the pyramid. We are using our cosmic abilities to tap into the things that we are, the energies that are, we see our human faces and our human bodies, and we often forget that we are immortal. We are here existing and choosing to come back through this reality, into this reality, coursing in every which direction that this physical existence can take us through, so that we may develop our souls, our God selves, our Godheads. We are growing ourselves that we may ascend and go do in a greater arena. Every single day, every single moment is for learning, it's for absorbing, it's for healing, it's for grounding, it's for growing. Every single step and breath and moment, every single fiber of your being is here to heal, to create, to unearth what was forgotten. Find your people, find your tribe. You are here. You are all children of the earth. So come back to the earth, for she will guide us. We are tenders to her gardens. Gaia, we are here living. We are here existing together and feeling and connecting with one another. And I don't know what's more powerful than the fact that that is real. So, as we should always do, express gratitude for this journey, express gratitude for your reality, for you are something special. You are something powerful. You are an ever-flowing of cosmic flame. You are the immortal knowledge. You are the psychic wisdom. You are the electromagnetic alchemist creating your reality. So, my brothers and sisters, I invite you to continue to create, to continue to step forth into your light and realize yourself and your capacity as a creator. That's all I'm getting for right now. So, yeah, I love you guys. Peace.
Thank you, all you electromagnetic alchemists out there. Thanks.
How was that, guys? Was that okay?
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, dropping knowledge. Put you in some spiritual college. Boom.
Yeah, man. I electromagnetic alchemist. Yeah. What was that?
I said, how much tuition do we owe you for that education?
Nothing, brother. It's your knowledge. You shared it with me. You gave me the knowledge. Thank you. I'm giving it back to you now.
You're a soul poet, just like Zach, and I love it.
We all are, man, and it flows. We all flow in different directions and from different spaces and places, but we're all pouring into the same ocean. Isn't that amazing? That's awesome. We're all so different, and we're all so gifted and blessed, and we're all so here now, and we are creators, and we are all different, but one. We are one also, and that is marvelous. That is amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, positively, no question. All right, you guys. I'm gonna peace out. I appreciate you guys sticking around the end. The back here. Thanks again, Zach. Thanks, Curtis, for coming on, bro. Tonto.
Yeah, thank you so much.
AKA Mark and Becca. Thank you guys. Love you all.
Thank you. Love you guys. If you need any readings, holler at me.
All right.
All right. See you next time, y'all. Peace out.